Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500, welcome back to a little video on a car that I might be bidding on. This is a bit of a punt, this car. So before we go any further, what I'm going to do is I am going to show you the listing before it goes live. So let me show you the car and you can tell me whether you think it was worth a bid or not. Probably wouldn't win it anyway, but you never know, it's worth a try. So sit back, bolt yourself in or strap yourself in, get yourself a coffee or a beer depending on the time of day you're watching, take a look and I'll show you the listing and you tell me whether you think it was worth a bid or not. Let's go. Right, this is a car I am contemplating having a cheeky bid on. Now, I will be going against everything I believe in if I bid on this car. I'll show you why. Let me just show you category and so on. So if we look over here, we can see that it's Cat D. So obviously that means that it is a previous repair. So before the categories were changed, it was written off. It runs and drives. It's got side wear. Secondary damage is normal wear. Its retail estimated value is £5,125. It's beige. It's 5-speed. V5 is on file. No VAT, etc., etc. So why am I going against everything I believe in? Let me show you. Let me zoom in on the pictures. So we go to HD. So first of all, hang on, sorry, it's easier if I just show you these pictures, I think. So as you can see, very little wrong with it. There's something going on with the bumper there. We click on the next one and same applies that side. We've got something going on with the bumper just there. On to the next one, no damage at the rear, as you can see. And the next one, you can see nothing particularly much apart from a missing door handle. Inside, all looks okay. We've got a key hanging up there. The back, nothing to write home about. Yeah, it's got an engine. It doesn't look like there's any headlight lugs broken there. Don't think you can see that side. Yes, you can. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any damage there. Speedo. Now, one of the reasons, if you look up here, odometer is blank, and as you can see there, odometer is blank. Now, I've looked at the MOT history on this, and that speedo hasn't worked since 2017. That was the last time a mileage was recorded of 27,000 miles 5 years ago. So we don't know what the mileage is. We've got no idea what the mileage is. So that's having a bit of a punt. We'll carry on. So we've got a little bit of damage down there. Nothing spectacular, but let me HD it. Won't make an awful lot of difference, to be honest. Yeah, a little bit of damage down there, nothing much. Bonnet wise, it looks like we got some rust spots or something here. I think that's about it really. There's nothing more. The roof looks alright. Yeah, there's nothing to write home about, but let me just show you. Let me go back up. Bear with. I'm not sure we'll be able to see it. Yeah, HD. We'll look at it in HD and then we'll take you over to here. So right, we're in HD, so you can't see very much there, but if we come over to here, you can see it's got a C at the end. So that is a customer car. So my golden rule is you don't buy C's, because you have no idea. The chances are that someone has bought it from Copart, it's got major problems and they've whacked it back through Copart. That's usually what they are. I've been stung only once with Loopy Harold, but yeah, so I've thought, no, I'm not gonna, I don't do it, I don't bid on them. But I've got someone who wants a car in this colour, and something is just telling me to have a punt. So we are going to have a cheeky bid on it, or might have a cheeky bid on it. I haven't really decided yet. Yeah, if we do, obviously, if we do have a bid on it, I'll try and show you the bidding. Yeah, I'll let you know. Oh dear, I seem to have got that car. So whether you think it was worth a bid or not, I bought it. I have bought it. Let me tell you all about it and what happened. You've seen the pictures. We'll do a walk around in a sec, but first of all, let me just tell you about how we came to get this. Now, I have broke my own golden rule of only buying insurance cars. This is a customer car. You may have seen that in the actual footage of that. So the footage I actually showed you of the car in the auction wasn't prior, it was actually after I'd already won it. But I wanted to show you the pictures, etc. So you've seen what it is. Let me tell you what happened. So my winning bid on this car, it was on reserve. My winning bid was £1,150, £1,150 on reserve, as I say. So I won it for £1,150. It went off to the owner. They counterbid me at £2,900. £2,900. Obviously ignored it for a few hours, and then I went in at back in at £1,150. Referred to my bid of £1,150. That was on the Friday afternoon. So obviously Saturday and Sunday nothing was going to happen. Very early on a Monday morning, they accepted. No, sorry, but on the Friday, beg your pardon. Sorry, on the Friday, they then counterbid with £1,200. So they'd gone from 2,900 down to 1,200, which was only £50 more than my winning bid. They were obviously going to accept my winning bid. So again, I went in back in at £1,150. Weekend came and went very early on Monday morning. They accepted my £1,150. That was this Monday. Today is Thursday, and here's the car. So let me show you. Have a little walk around. As I say, I've broken my golden rule. I may have bought a wrong one. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at the bonnet. All I've done is it was delivered reverse down. All I've done is driven it out and driven it back in again. It seems all right, but there are some issues with it. The reason I bought it and had a punt was because I've got someone who wants a car in this colour. So let's turn you around, let's show you the car, let's show you what we've got and hope for the best. So, you've already seen it. So here we have the little sticker. Lost type fleet. Fleet. So does that mean it was a rental of some sort? Don't know. So, before we get into the looking around the car, and it ain't great, I have to say. I just wanted to show you, which I had sort of briefly shown you already, is when you turn the ignition on, you've got nothing coming up in the middle. Now I've looked at the MOT history, and that goes all the way back to 2017. That was the last time it showed mileage, which I think was 27,000, something like that. So I don't know what the mileage is. So in 2017, it was 27,000 miles. Every MOT since, unknown mileage. So this could have done massive miles, and I don't know what it's done. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 6 years later. Now the Fiat 500s do tend to be quite low mileage. They do tend to be, but we don't know. We've got no idea. So what we will have to do, because if I put a new speedo in there, it will show me the mileage on the speedo that I put in there. So the only other way I can do it is by plugging multi-ECU scanning, looking at the body computer, and that will then tell me what the mileage is. And then obviously when I put a new speedo in, I can adjust it. Now it did say that there was a on Copart. It did say there was a warning light, and then it might be. I thought we could very vaguely see the airbag light. When I indicate, we haven't got those normal warnings coming up, and unless that is very, very vague in the dark, but certainly can't see it in the daylight. That's for sure. No, I can't see that there's any lights on, so it might just be the screen. So we'll check that at night. And we'll see, because if it is, I might have a screen, because I've got loads of screens. Whether it'll be compatible or not, I do not know, because I'd rather change the screen, and then we don't need to change the speedo itself. I have got a speedo. I've got two speedos which I can adjust, but we don't know what the mileage is. So if this car ends up being 150,000 miles on it, I will probably be breaking this for spares. There are some other issues with it. Let me show you before we go any further. See if we've got a free CD. I need to turn it on first. Oh, we got a free CD. Hotel what? Costes? Stage 3, is that? Don't know. Even the CD's worn. Oh, it looks like we've got no display on that either. Even the stereo's got no display. Turn it back on. Why's it not coming on? What's going on? Do I have to press and hold? What's going on? That was on. That was on a minute ago, wasn't it? Turn it off. Unless that was the CD that was playing. Let's try it again. That's not even coming up now. Oh, did I? That's weird. Was that the CD that was playing? That's a good start, isn't it? Oh,
vocational education,
come on.
Versus, and it shouldn't be versus.
Yeah, we've got no display on here either. And I think I might have a front because it's only the front that's gone. I've done that. I've changed that before. I know I've got cream fronts. I'm hoping I've got a black front. If not, I'll buy a black front. Can't put a cream front on it. I've got umpteen cream fronts, so I could have just changed the stereo. But it will be that. It will be that, definitely. So that's another thing that we didn't know about. Interior is a bit doggy. Lots of dog hairs. No manuals with it. It does have a V5, but obviously you don't get the V5 anymore. I'm hoping now. It's basically what happens is Copart email you the. Sorry, I've been zoomed in. Copart email you the VIN number, not the VIN number, the V5 number. So you don't need to apply for a new V5. So when you do sell it, you can transfer it. You just use that. Last time they sent me the email. I don't know if it does it automatically, but pretty much as it left the place. I want to check these windows because it came with a window wound down and make sure they do actually work. That one does, and that one does. Phew, got me worried there for a minute. All this electrical stuff not working. Right, let's do a little walk around, shall we? We couldn't really see. Let me just hang the key up on my tripod. We couldn't really see from the video. Sorry, not from the video. From the Copart listing, what was going on with this bumper at the front. And what it is the tabs are destroyed. That tab there is destroyed. It's not even pushed in properly. Headlight's probably in the incorrect position. This side is the same, destroyed on that corner. Now we might potentially be able to repair that, because it seems a shame to get rid of a perfectly good bumper. Needs a new badge, stuff like that. DRLs are okay, they work. That one's been pushed back. So I don't know whether this is a trade car. Now, I don't think it is, because a new logbook was issued for this on the 3rd of June this year. So I think someone's bought it from Copart and then decided not to repair it. It seems to run all right. Now, Paul, the driver, did notice something. If we show you around here, so wheels, usual scratched up wheels, very black. We've got a little bit of a hickey there where the jacking point has gone. There's no damage to the door. Everything seems straight there. No damage to the rear quarter. Bumper needs a bit of a paint. It's all right around this side. The hatch is all okay. Could do with a new badge or an overlay or something. Okay, down here, looks like decent tyres all the way around. Now we've got a bit of quarter panel damage here, which I think I can probably repair myself. That's not that bad. It's a bit of a scrape there. That will probably come out. Might need a bit of paint. That will need a bit of a pull. But I reckon I'll be able to sort that myself. A couple of little bits of rust where it's got scratched and not been repaired. We have a little bit of rust down here on the sill, which is easy to do. A couple of marks on the door, which are easy enough to do. We have a dodgy, looks like a new mirror, and it's got a primed case, so we can paint that. The door does have a couple of dents there and a tiny little thing in the rear quarter. I'm hoping I can pull those out. Broken door handle, obviously. That's it, basically, as far as the damage is concerned. Now, I'm not sure, but I think that wheel looks as if it might be pushed back a little bit. I'm not sure. It seems the steering wheel's in a straight line. It's got no MOT. The MOT's run out. I'm not sure. Let me look around the other side again. Does look a bit smaller, doesn't it? Yeah, it is, because it's more equal front and back, and on this side it's not. So I reckon that was probably done when this was initially damaged, and they've not bothered. So they've been driving it around like this. So it probably drives okay, and it does seem to drive okay, but it is slightly out. So that's going to be the bottom arm, I reckon, isn't it? So we won't know for certain until we get the wheel off. And it does seem, as I say, it seems to drive all right. Let's pop the bonnet and have a look underneath, see what's going on. It was a Cat D previously. I am going to look on Car Vertical. I don't normally use Car Vertical, but I did use it recently, and I can't remember. I've got a feeling I bought like a batch of reports. I think, I'm not sure, because it works out cheaper. Because sometimes you'll get pictures on Car Vertical of previous damage when it's been sold. So what I'm hoping to see is when this was a Cat D, what was done. I think we can safely assume it was the bumper. And looking at the bonnet, if you look at the bonnet, this bonnet has got rust spots all over it. Rust there, rust at the tip, rust there, rust there, rust there, even up here, rust. Now I don't know whether this is a genuine bonnet or not. It does look a slightly different colour to the wing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look online and see if I can get a new bumper and a new bonnet for it, assuming everything else is all right. Because I've got this for a good price. Again, this all depends on what the mileage is. If the mileage is high, then we'll be binning it. Well, I won't bin it. I mean, we could sell that bonnet and someone could rub it down and paint it, because it's only surface rust, isn't it? Let's get this bonnet open and have a look underneath and hope the chassis legs are straight. It's a Cat D, so it should be. So this is actually a facelift, isn't it? Because it's 2014, so it is a fairly, I say fairly new, it's a newer one. Cam belt's not been done. Now, if the cam belt's not been done, would it be an 100,000 miler job if the cam belt's not been done? And of course it does say fleet, LOS, lost type fleet. What does that mean, fleet? Company car? Could be in a company car, couldn't it? But it's not been repaired very well, is it? I mean, if that is if that's been like that since it was damaged and no one's ever fixed it. Let's have a look at the chassis legs. Yeah, that's fine. That one's absolutely fine. This side, yep, fine. Looks like the original. Don't think this front panel's been changed. Headlights, the genuine headlights, they haven't had repair tabs put on them at all. So it's potentially, I mean, we'll get the bumper off obviously and have a look, see what's going on underneath, but potentially it may not have even had a new radiator. Is it a trade car? Has someone bought this and decided for some reason that I haven't yet discovered to out it? The fact that they wanted 2,900 quid for it makes me think that maybe they're into it for a few quid and they wanted to try and get some money out of it. Don't know. Possible to say. Let's see if we can get in the boot. That's always a thing, whether the boot opens. Which it does. Got a shelf, which is always good. I can see loads of bits of paper. Oh, I can see an MOT down there. Spare wheel. Yeah, we've got a spare wheel. Bits of paper down there as well. I'll have to get that out and see what all that is. There's all sorts of things underneath and beside that spare wheel. Interesting. It's a shame it's had a dog in it. It is rotten. I did notice when Paul was reversing it off the transporter that brake light didn't work, but that's just a bulb, isn't it? Colour 231B. Because it does vary, this colour. So we'll have to have a look. Exhaust. Let's have a look at the rear beam and the exhaust. Let's get me torch again. Bear with. Right, beam looks alright. Exhaust is fine. It's had a new shock absorber that side. It's on the original shock absorber that side, which is a bit daft, but why you wouldn't change both, I don't know. But it all looks okay under here, so that's a bonus. Roof looks alright. Windscreen is fine, no cracks on that at all. Does make you wonder, doesn't it, why? I haven't really come across anything yet. It runs okay, as I say, and it seems to drive straight in a straight line. The steering wheel is in a straight line. Let's have a look at this paperwork, see what we got. That rear seat's down as well. Oh, I'm interested. Oh, can't get in. Yes, we can because the window's open. See what paperwork we. What's that in there? Oh, that's handy. Look, that is handy. Love it when we get one of them knocking around. I'd actually completely forgot all about that. What else we got? That is out of a seat belt, isn't it? So, what we got here? Oh, we've got some receipts. Barclay Garage. Right, service history there. So let me just get all this paperwork out and we'll have a quick look at it and we'll go through it. Right, Barclay Garage. We have carry out full service as needed. This was on the 2nd of the 2nd, 21. Oil filter, air filter, pollen filter, spark plugs, rear wiper blade. So that's good. They had spark plugs done in February 21, so 2 years ago. Advise rear washer inoperative. Both front tyres worn on inner edge. I think they've been replaced. So that was 202 quid. So that was in 2021. And we've got another one in 2020. Carry out suspension arm, subframe problems and tracking. Now it doesn't say what side. Oh yes it does. There we go. Advise near side rack. Something changed soon. Why? Near side rack. That doesn't make sense, does it? Is that what that says? Rack? You don't have a near side rack. You have a rack. And then it says subframe damaged. So obviously we'll inspect that. That was in 2020. So they never. That was just an advisory. So that was obviously. I bet that's when it was written off as a Cat D. So it does say carry out suspension arm subframe problems, although it doesn't actually say. What did they get charged? £240. It doesn't mention parts, but I would imagine from that we would think they've put a lower arm on it. Assuming that's the near side. That's really strange. So what I will probably do is ring these people. Barclay Garage in Cheltenham. We've also got some MOTs. So we had a failure in 2021. Headlamp aim projected beam is obviously incorrect. Tyre coil spring corroded near side and offside. Is that rear? Yeah, rear near side and offside. So we'll have a look at those. They're probably just surface rust. 2020 tyre near side mirror glass cracked, which it's not now because it's been replaced. And that's the emissions bit from that. So we've got no odometer on here. That's the trouble. And this one is a pass in 2022, 18th of the 5th. That's why it's only just expired. And that was a pass with brake pads wearing thin near side front. So going by the lack of things that they've had done on this, I imagine we'll be doing the at the very least the pads. And it did foul side repeater. Yeah, side repeater, which they obviously changed. And so at least we've got something there. We've got two services and some of the MOTs. Obviously, MOTs we can always print out with the document reference number. So I've not really yet come across a reason why someone decided not to repair this. What do you think? Or, I don't know. Is that my imagination? I don't know. But according to that, that's been done. I can't get over this bumper. Unless they used the original bumper and it's just come undone. Both sides. Weird, isn't it? Really weird. Also, one thing about this as well, of course, is that because we've got no display, we don't know how much petrol's in it. So someone has been driving around in a car from 2018, so for 5 years, not knowing how much petrol's in the car. Why would you do that? Oh, that's another thing as well. Because I'd seen that it didn't have a handle, I bought a handle, and I've just found that brand spanking new handle on the back seat. I needn't have bought that, but someone's obviously bought a handle for it, decided not to do it, and outed it. Now, why? Nothing is obvious. Why do you think? And is it something to do with the fact that it says it's fleet? Could it be not a rental car? Could be a rental car, I suppose. But you think if it was a rental car, or even a company car, you would have thought that they would have put a new speedo in it. Makes no sense. So the car we had previously in this colour was the one, if you remember, that had all those stickers over it. If you're a regular viewer and you've been with me some time, it was probably 3 or 4 years ago now. Actually, might have even been longer than that. Project Beige Girl. If you want to see Project Beige Girl, click on the link above, and I'll also put it at the end if you want to watch that series. But that had some interesting stickers on it, which I liked. It grew on me, and the person who bought it, who didn't come and see it, I sold it on eBay. They didn't come and see the car, and they wanted me to take the stickers off, which I did. Never mind. Anyway, in the boot, I'm gonna take the spare wheel out, and I'm gonna have a look and see exactly what we've got, paperwork, words, and anything else in this boot. There's stuff in here, so I'm gonna have a look, see what it is. Be back in a sec. I've discovered in the boot, I know where this car's come from. I know who owned this car, and it was a company car. Estate agents. Dexter's Estate Agents in Brixton. So they were probably the ones who've whacked it through Copart. This is all leaflets of houses in Brixton and a toilet roll. I should be wearing gloves here, really. The Sainsbury's receipt. Yeah, that's the answer to that. So, a company car, obviously, that they've just been blatting around in, but we still don't know why they've got rid of it. Right, the suspense is killing me on this to find out what this mileage is. I can't remember where it is. You actually have to look, but we're going to do some diagnostics as well anyway, for the hell of it. Body computer, this is errors, external air temperature sensor, so that'll be that in the mirror. Obviously we don't know what it says anyway. Left stop light, we knew about that, so I'm going to just disconnect from that. I'm not going to bother. Oh, adjustments. I've just disconnected. I'm not sure if it's, I think it's the dashboard, not the body computer, but I'm just going to have a look just on the off chance. I can't remember for the life of me. Adjustments, power supply indicators, alarm, yeah, no. Alright, let's connect to the dashboard. Actually, let's connect to the Blue Me first. See if it's working. Again, stereo is a bit naff, so we don't know whether it's working or not. We don't know if it's got flashing mileage, of course, because we haven't got any mileage. No fault code, so that's a good sign, and it connects to it, so that is definitely a good sign. Right, instrument panel. Let's do it. What do we reckon? I reckon, what do you reckon? Cup of tea, yes please. I reckon it's going to be 75,000. I'm hoping it's going to be less. I've forgotten where you look now. Let's have a look. Errors first. No fault codes. Adjustments. Right odometer. Now, does that show me what it is at the moment? Don't think it does. Oh, is that it? 56,457. I wonder. That's a result if it is. I'm not sure if that's the existing mileage. I think it actually is. 56,457. That'd be a result if it is. I can't remember. Parameters. There we go. Odometer. Yes, 56,456. Hey, fan-bloody-tastic. Is there a way? Ah, fuel level. 46%. So we know that it's got half a tank of fuel. So I don't need to worry about changing this speedo just yet. Ah, that is brilliant. So I still don't really know why this car has been outed by somebody who bought it last month. Don't understand. Fantastic. So without taking the bumper off, which I'm not going to do yet, it may be that can easily be repaired, and it may be just not into the brackets properly, because the chances are the brackets are broken on the wings, both sides, for whatever reason. Because I did try and push this one back in, and it won't go, so I can't actually see without undoing it all. I'm not going to do that, and of course we know that is pushback, the DRL. But yeah, I really can't see any reason why this car was not kept by the person that registered it in June. That makes sense to me. Right, it's all clean. So there ain't really that much to do on it, is there? Really. A little bit of bodywork, nothing much. Touching up. That bit down there, a little bit down there, touching up. It's not a massive amount. The main thing is this front bit here. I don't know what to do with this bonnet. I think what we'll do is we'll see if I can get one in colour. Because this can always be recycled and used for a different colour, or I'll sell it or something, rather than try and just touch it up, because it is literally rusty all around the edges. So I think that was probably replaced, and it's probably not even an authentic one, and it's probably not very good paint job. It looks alright, the paint, although it does look a little bit light. If I could get a bumper cheap enough, I'd replace the bumper, but I don't suppose for a minute I will. But hopefully I'll be able to repair that anyway. Obviously we'll get the wheels off, we'll have a look at the bottom arms, we'll look at the brakes. We know there's one shock at the back has been done. I say MOT's only just run out 2 weeks ago. That's not been put on very well, that's been glued on. So there's a few things that need to be done. A lot of it is just aesthetics, really. Handle, little creases there. Obviously a major clean on the inside. New stereo front. I'll have to check to make sure I've got one. I think I have. New stereo front and a new speedo. I've got a new speedo. Nothing at the back needs doing apart from a little bit of touching up on the back bumper there. Touching up, I'll probably whack some paint over that. Tyres all look okay. Obviously closer inspection will show. We'll have a little go at that down there. So not a massive amount of work. We may do the cam belt potentially, but yeah, 57,000 miles on a 14 plate. I mean, I suppose it's 9 years old, isn't it? So I suppose, yeah, it is due for a cam belt. So I suppose it depends on how successful the first two that I've got to do are. We haven't done one yet. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, but I probably will do it. Oh, new mirror. We got the temperature sensor up. That has got a temperature sensor. It is. You can feel the nipple underneath. So it has got a temperature sensor. So we'll probably put a new mirror on it. See if we can get one in colour. Yeah, so that's it. So this is, I'm going to drive it over to my sister-in-law's late this afternoon. And then we will get it back once the convertible and the other white one are done. And then we can make a start on it. So I don't anticipate it taking very long. And in the meantime, I'll see if I can get some parts for it. So when we start it, we can just crack on. So that's it for the time being. There's your walk around. Not got a name yet. I was thinking of Trevor. RVT, TVR, Trevor, the other way around. Backwards Trevor, Trevor backwards, I don't know. give us your ideas of a name. Yeah, so that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think I've struck lucky. Obviously, as I say, I haven't driven it yet. I've got to drive it over to my sister-in-law's, and that little drive about a mile and 3/4, that will sort of tell me whether the engine's all right. Gearbox feels okay. Clutch feels okay. Just, you know, going up and down the driveway, that's all I've done. But yeah, let me know what you think. So yeah, I think I have struck lucky. I think we won't really know until we get into it. Have a look, see what's behind that bumper, but I think it's probably going to be okay behind the bumper. It all looks original. So I think there was probably very little wrong with it. Between now and the next video, I will see if I can get some pictures of the damage when it was a Cat D. I can't remember when it was a Cat D off the top of my head. But we'll find out, hopefully. If not, we'll just, you know, take it as we find it and do whatever needs doing. So that's it. Thanks for watching. As always, don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, click on the link, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up. Until the next one, as always, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.